and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're heading down to, well, where are we going actually? I'm not sure where we're going. I've got someone sitting next to me who doesn't normally sit next to me, and of course she is the most beautiful woman in the world, and there she is, Miss Cyprus.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
Where are we going, LaBouffe?
We're going somewhere, it's a big secret.
It's a big secret, there we are.
So
we're heading down to Paphos, and we're going towards the how do you say it? Yereskipu industrial area. That's where we're going, because we're going to go and have a word with a mechanic about a car that he is doing some work on for us, some specialist work, some chassis work, shall we say. So he's a guy who we're in bed with. You've heard me say that phrase before. I get into bed with pretty much anybody where I think I can make a couple of bob. So this guy's a specialist in doing chassis repair, so that's where we're going. In fact, his name could be the one and only superstar known as Sean Broad, greatest mechanic and possibly the greatest car bodywork man that ever did live. Now he's a drug dealer. I'm only joking. He hangs out with Sir Richard and his beautiful wife, Miss Julie Nash, and of course my little mate, who's actually not that little, Mr. Leo, and they now have a health and nutrition's business, so they're always coming up with potions and formulas to make you gain weight, to make you lose weight, and all those kind of things. So I had a chat with them on the phone last night, and superstar among superstar, and as I say to him now, I always carry him in the boots just to make sure that when I go and buy a car, it's getting the thumbs up from him. If he gives me the thumbs up, I buy it. If he doesn't, I don't. Now, Miss Receiving the Booth, have you recovered from your flu? No.
Not really, Mr. Paul, but I will be better very soon. I'm strong enough.
She's a very, very strong girl, is this Receiving the Booth. Not a lot is allowed to get her down. So please pop in the comments, feel better soon, Miss Receiving the Booth, because we need to get this girl Chachuchka dancing down the Paphos Promenade and Harbour area, because we know the weekend is coming up, and that means it's a carnival weekend, Chrissy. Do you fancy dancing in the promenade?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you down. I know that. But lights, camera, action, as they say.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood for about 8.5 minutes. That's all you've got to keep going. So big shout out to some of the people that are supporting the channel. We've got a girl who's pretty much in charge of most things on the channel, and of course her name is the one and only Dayman. She's sitting there on her beautiful, beautiful red velvet, fluffed up fake suede, obviously, because you don't like to use real stuff anymore. And there she is, and on her left hand side she's got her #1 man, and of course his name is Viking Ronnie. He's got a nice filter coffee in one hand and a piece of malted toast in the other, and he's in charge of all the tongue twisting, whether it be in English or in Hebrew. And of course on the other arm, on the right hand side, her right hand man, Versace Receiver Booth is stealing my English again, is the one and only Ronnie Miller. He's the man in charge of all of the law and order, but luckily for us he's retired, so he doesn't really care that much anymore. Whether we go through red lights or not, he's not bothered. Now, the new subject on the channel, by the way, is a lot of people. I mean, we've got, who's been mentioning it recently? Let me think. Oh, I know, Mr. Nigel. Oh, and he likes to get out and about. So Mr. Nigel, beautiful wife called Miss Julie, and of course a beautiful little daughter called Miss Maya. Well, he's been coming up with some tongue twister or awkward names for towns and villages, shall we say. And also he said apparently when we went down to Pasuri village, when he got notified by YouTube, it said going down for a PISS. They forgot to put the rest of the letters in the notification. So he had me in stitches last night. He really, really did. And there's lots of people coming up with some strange village names and town names. We've got John the Barnhawk. Well, he seems to think there's a village just down the road from Lancaster where they live called Hard On or Hard Up or something. So I'm having great fun explaining to Marika every night what these words actually mean. And like I said, just down the road from where I used to live, I'm pretty sure there was a village called Cock Bottom, so I'm going to explain that one to her tonight. Anyway, we're a family channel, and I understand that Lady Oh So Sweet is jumping up and down on her memory foam pillow, and she's frantically trying to unsubscribe. But Nigel is saying, no, just pour another glass of the Nigel Big Gun Special, which of course is a gentleman's sour, and let's feast our eyes and digest the beauty and the whoa, there's the Oching Grassini Alaboo. There she is.
I'm sorry.
Don't need to be sorry, you've got a bit of a cold. There you are, she's dying. But let's hope she doesn't die too soon, because we haven't got the applications in yet for the new girls. So I'm thinking perhaps Justine, JJ, you can fill an application form. Oh So Sweet could fill in an application form. What about Miss Andrea? She was dancing the Chuchuchka in downtown Northup.
Yeah.
Or Norfolk. No, whoa! Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Can't remember how to say it. You've got me doing these words now, Christine. You really have. I'm going to get a job in McDonald's next and start serving large Coke. Anyway, right. We're in the built-up traffic. We are way after lunchtime, but well before the sun actually sets. And again, if your name's Miss Dawn and you've got a husband called Mr. Sean, and if Bo the dog is not out in the field playing with his ball and he's cuddling up to Miss Daisy the cat, well, the temperature outside is 22 degrees. Yes, it's quite warm indeed. The sky is blue, the sea is blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue, so all it's actually missing is
you, of course you. So get yourself on a big boat or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because we all are crazily waiting just for you.
There we are. I think I'm going to have to wrap Miss Marika up in a blanket and give her a hot water bottle and just give her a cuddle and make sure that she's all right. And I'm pretty sure she'll chill out in the bed for a few hours and watch some Russian melodramas, because she is a bit of a Russian melodrama expert.
Yeah.
If she's not watching Marika and me, that's what she's watching. So here we are. This is the former Debenhams on our left hand side, if you're curious to know where we actually are. Some people understand that now. So there's a fountainy-ish roundabout, which at night time has lights and all those, changes colours obviously. If you were to go left, you'd go towards Yeroskipu, which is where we're actually going to go. If you were to go right, you'd go into Midtown Paphos and towards where the Gumbara number 1, the man with the black Mercedes, likes to park on W lines, across to a busy school, on chevrons as well, just down from busy traffic lights. But hey, he's the mayor, so he's allowed to do it, and he does do some very, very good things indeed for Paphos. He's the man in charge of all of the road improvements, which slowly are coming to fruition, and of course he's the man that's going to make sure that the Paphos harbour comes back so much better than it ever did before. So we're going to take a left here and we're going to head towards the Yeroskipu downtown industrial area, and there's a big school coming up on the left hand side, which luckily for us is closed. Schools normally finish around 1:30, don't they, Marika? Yeah, so that's when it's chaotic on the roads, if you understand. Same anywhere in the world, doesn't it? Parents go to collect their kids and they park on the pavements and on the chevrons. My God, that's the mayor. Anyway, they park anywhere they want just to pick up their littlies, because their littlies don't want to walk. Very, very simple. There we go. What happened in the old days? I remember my grandfather and grandmother used to walk 3 or 4 miles to school. Well, that's what he told me anyway. You get these ideas that perhaps the old folk were lying a bit, and he used to live in a cardboard box as well and eat porridge 7 days a week. But anyway, where are we now? This is the start of the Yeroskipu industrial area. So I'll tell you what, we'll take you for a quick little drive around, and then it'll be time for the very, very big goodbye. So this is the official start now. This is quite a new roadish, shall we say. So we'll take a left here and we'll show you the sheer scale and size of this industrial estate. If you're from somewhere in the UK or Germany, you're going to think it's a little dump, and it is a little dump. It's very, very small indeed. There's a few body shops, there's a few mechanics, a couple of parts suppliers. I think there's a electrician's wholesaler on here, and I think there's a metal worker, and I think there's a joinery place, and I think that's about it. So here we are, feast your eyes and digest. This is real life in downtown Paphos on the island of Love, Cyprus. What do you think, Stevie?
Yeah, this area here is very busy area, and if you have any problems with the cars, you have to come straight away here.
It is the place where you'll get most of your problems sorted, yeah. And I'm sure you can hear in Marika's voice, she is starting to struggle. There's no doubt that the flu has got hold of her, shall we say. And, normally she's able to say lights, camera, action, no matter what. But I think today she really, really is struggling. So let's wish her all the best, and let's hope that she has a good night's sleep, a little bit of cuddle off Mr. Paul, and 1 or 2 Russian melodramas and you never know, tomorrow she'll be kicking and dancing the Chichochka down the downtown Kedo Paphos promenade. Thanks very much for watching. Are you having a big goodbye, Christine?
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're loving you to bits. And goodbye. Sorry for my voice again.
Sorry for the voice. There we go. Right. This is the final stretch of the industrial zone. So I think you understand me now. It's not the biggest place in the world. That's quite a nice Audi, isn't it? Audi A8. That's a man with a couple of bob. I wonder how that compares to an S-Class. I'll tell you what, I'll pop in there and see if I can borrow the keys. And you never know, we might get to drive around in an Audi A8. If you want to see the S-Class, don't forget to come back for some more of our madness next week. And I'll be driving around in an old, but very, very clean S-Class Mercedes indeed. And I look forward to your company. Thanks for watching. We've actually arrived at the destination that we are going to go. We're going to take a left here, and we're going to drive into his main entrance, and we're going to say thanks for watching.